Hey there! Today we're going to tackle one of the most important, most fundamental phrases in the German language. Seriously, this is the key that opens the door to pretty much any new conversation. It's your first real step to connecting with people. So let's jump right in. Okay, so picture this. You're in Berlin, maybe Munich. You've just met someone new. After you get past the hello, this question right here is almost guaranteed to be the next thing you hear. Mastering this one little phrase, it's your ticket into so many new conversations. So, how do we actually build this question? Well, it all starts with just two core building blocks. Super simple. First up, we've got woher, which literally means where from. And then we have the verb kommen, which you guessed it, means to come. Now, let's see what happens when we put them together. And voila! Woher kommst du? This is it. This is your go-to, everyday, informal way to ask where are you from. It's perfect for friends, people around your age, any casual situation. Why don't you try saying it with me? Woher kommst du? All right, but here's where German gets a little particular. And it's actually pretty cool. The language really pays attention to the social context. There's a big difference between chatting with a buddy and, say, addressing your new boss. So let's break down how this one question changes depending on who you're talking to. This table lays it all out for us perfectly. So we've already met our informal du, right? That's for one person, a friend. Now, if you're talking to a group of friends, you switch to ihr, and the verb changes to kommt. Woher kommt ihr? Easy enough. And then for any formal situation, a professor, an older person, anyone you need to show respect to, you use the formal Sie, and the verb goes back to kommen. Woher kommen Sie? You see? Choosing the right you is absolutely crucial in German. Okay, but what if you're not asking them directly? What if you want to ask about someone else? Well, the great news is the structure is basically the same. You just swap out the pronoun. Use er for he, sie for she, or you can even just use a name, like Angela. And notice the verb stays kommt. Woher kommt er? It's that easy. All right, so you've been asked the question. Now what? Time to tell your own story. And luckily for us, the basic way to answer is super consistent and really, really easy to remember. The magic phrase you need is Ich komme aus, and then you just add your country or city. Ich means I, komme is our verb to come, and aus means from or out of. Let's see how this works with some real examples. So for example, if you happen to be from England, your answer is simply Ich komme aus England. See how England just slots right in there at the end? Simple. Or maybe you're from Mexico. What would you say? You got it. Ich komme aus Mexico. It's the exact same pattern. You just plug in your country. Okay, one more, just to really lock it in. From France?
Ich komme aus Frankreich.
Perfect. You've now totally mastered the standard answer. But you knew there was a but, right? There's a little twist. Now, this next part, this is where we separate the casual learners from the people who really want to sound like a local. See, most countries follow that simple rule we just learned, but a handful of them get some special grammatical treatment. And trust me, getting this right will make you sound so much more natural. Okay, look closely here. On the left, we've got our standard pattern, Ich komme aus Italien. Simple, we know this. But look at the right. Ich komme aus der Schweiz. Whoa, wait a minute, did you see it? That little extra word, der. So what is that thing doing there? And this analogy is just brilliant for explaining it. I want you to think of aus as being like a departure gate at an airport. For most countries, the gate is wide open. You just walk right through. But for a few special VIP countries, you need to show a special article pass to get through that gate. These passes are words like der, dem, or den. It's such a great way to remember this rule.
So, the big question is, who are these VIP countries and what kind of pass do they need? Well, let's pull up the list. This next slide is basically your ultimate cheat sheet.
Okay, here's the breakdown. For feminine countries like Switzerland or Turkey, they need the der pass. So you'd say, Ich komme aus der Türkei. For plural countries like the USA or the Netherlands, they take the den pass. Ich komme aus den USA. And finally, for a few masculine countries like Iran or Sudan, they need the dem pass. Ich komme aus dem Iran. Really, the trick is just getting to know this short but super important VIP list. And this slide right here perfectly sums up why this all matters.
I mean, it seems like a small detail, right? But it's one of those things that native speakers notice immediately. Nailing this rule just elevates your German and shows you've really put in the effort.
So let's do a quick recap of everything. For friends, you're going to ask, woher kommst du? For formal situations, you'll use, woher kommen Sie? Your basic answer is, ich komme aus, your country. And the pro tip that will make you sound amazing, don't forget that article pass for those VIP countries. And that brings us right back to the beginning. I've given you all the tools, so now it's your turn to put them to use. Think about your answer right now. How would you say it? Go on, give it a try. So, woher kommst du?